I'd like to tell you a little bit about our TIGR2ESS program. We're supported through the Global Challenges Research Fund, or GCRF, which was established by the government to stimulate fundamental research partnerships between academics, researchers and civil society organisations, with the aim of delivering impact both in the UK and in associated developing countries. The specific call, or growing capacity call, which supported the TIGR2ESS programme with up to £7.8 million, has been set up to strengthen capacity between the UK and India. Our goal is to develop more sustainable and resilient crop production systems across the contrasting agroclimatic zones found in India. And additionally, we're working to empower female members of rural communities by developing educational and nutritional programs to improve their health and well-being. On one level, we're using modern molecular approaches to inform specialist crop breeding and to improve the resilience and productivity of staple crops such as wheat, millet and sorghum. We're also working with rural communities and farmer-producer organisations to minimise water use by tracking their requirements along the food supply chain. And we're also learning lessons from historical cropping and water storage systems. And the overall outputs from the programme are being used to shape policy both in regional and national levels. Fieldwork activities, which would involve stimulating entrepreneurial activity for both females and the youth in rural communities, as well as delivering resources such as demonstration kitchens and educational resources, are currently being limited by the pandemic. However, we currently have over 30 early career researchers working on the programme both here in the UK, with the majority in India. And so, TIGR2ESS represents a remarkable collaborative opportunity, and it's recognised as being an example of best practice in helping to combine fundamental research and translation into food security, particularly at these times of national uncertainty, which include both worries over climate change as well as the current pandemic.
Hi, I'm the Program Manager for TIGR2ESS. My name is Marla Fuchs. I'm privileged to work with the administrative team based in the Department of Plant Sciences. The core of the program is focused on how to attain sustainable crop production and resource use in different regions across India. I work to ensure that all project partners in India and the UK are linked to propel the research further. TIGR2ESS involves three key components: building capacity through different academic exchanges, both from India to the UK and from the UK to India, interlinking research projects, and education programs in rural communities in India. These are to promote engagement and stimulate entrepreneurship and empower the next generation of female farmers. We also have a policy exchange program where we try and get primary research from our researchers directly to influential policymakers in India. Further, the program now has a sister project called MillNETi, and we work to bring the researchers from MillNETi, which is based in Ethiopia and The Gambia, to work with our project partners in India through South-South Connection.
Hi, I'm Akriti Vanchu and I'm the Program Manager for TIGR2ESS in India. I work at an organization called Vetiver, and we are a knowledge management and communications consultancy based in New Delhi, and we work on sustainability, forestry, climate change and sustainable agriculture. As part of the program at Vetiver, we work with the TIGR2ESS network to support all of our early career researchers, whether they are working in a lab to understand the water use efficiency of plants such as millets, or if they're working in the field to breed heat and drought tolerant varieties of wheat, or whether they are working with smallholder farmers in rural India to help enhance their livelihoods for gender empowerment, or whether it's for nutritional security. It's one of the aims of the TIGR2ESS program is capacity building, and in that we work with our early career researchers to help them gain new skills, whether it is for statistical analysis to help them with their research, or whether it's to enhance their own leadership skills so that it can help them in their career going forward. For me as a plant scientist, it's really exciting to be part of such a large program that is working together to achieve food security. It's really exciting to watch the different streams of the project, whether it's the plant scientists who are working with the social scientists, or whether it's the social scientists working with the archaeologists, to work in such a collaborative manner.
Hi, my name's Sarah Bailey and I'm the Impact Data and Outreach Manager on the TIGR2ESS programme. My role within TIGR2ESS is to support the programme to generate real-world impact. So that could be in terms of supporting capacity building efforts, or it could be supporting translation of research into real-world change. I do that in part by supporting our researchers to plan for their impacts and capture their impacts so we can report back to funders and also document what we've done. And I also support early career researchers in getting their research into the public domain. So that could be in supporting them to write blogs or organising public engagement events to talk directly with the public. Most recently, I've been supporting our researchers in India in light of the coronavirus pandemic to document the changes that have happened as a result of lockdown there on food security and on communities that they work with. We're now just over 2 years into what is a 4-year programme, and TIGR2ESS as a whole is generating really great real-world change, and we're starting to see in particular policy impacts. One of our project teams is in the process of engaging with state officials in Punjab to push through changes in policy which would support agribusiness in the region. We've also engaged over 100 early career researchers in training. Most of that training takes place in India, face-to-face, but obviously we can't do that at the moment, unfortunately, because of coronavirus. One of our researchers has therefore taken up the challenge to create a series of webinars to deliver online, which has had the silver lining benefit of allowing us to engage with people far beyond the TIGR2ESS programme and far beyond UK and India, reaching researchers from as far away as Brazil. One of the things I really love about working on TIGR2ESS is the fact that it is so interdisciplinary in its nature. We have the usual suspects in terms of what you'd think for food security, so crop scientists, but we also have social scientists, engineers looking at supply chains, and archaeologists. Bringing all those different disciplines together to tackle the different aspects of what it takes to generate a food system that is really sustainable in India is incredibly exciting and something that will leave a legacy for years to come.
Hello, my name is Joanna and I'm the Programme Manager for MillNETi, which is a sister project to TIGR2ESS. So like TIGR2ESS, we're an international and interdisciplinary research project, but we're working with partners in the Gambia and Ethiopia. And we're focused on just one plant, and this is a biofortified variety of pearl millet, which is a type of crop. And this has been bred traditionally to have higher levels of iron in it. But we're trying to answer the question as to how much of this iron actually gets from the plant into the bloodstream and into humans when people eat it. And we're looking at this question from lots of different research areas, lots of different subjects. There's of course the plant science, so trying to understand where in the plant the iron is kept and what genes control this level of iron. But we're also looking at it from social science, for instance, as to what would encourage people to eat more of this type of millet, and also who in the family makes the food choices about what the family is going to eat and how they're going to buy it or whether they're going to grow it instead. And finally there's also the nutrition element, so this is looking at when the plant is eaten, what variety of recipe is best to have most available iron, and also once that millet then gets into the gut, how much of that iron is then absorbed into the bloodstream from there. Of course we're not just working in the UK, we're working in Ethiopia and the Gambia, and working with local teams is really important to inform the questions that we're asking and make sure that we take into account local contexts. And like TIGR2ESS, this project also has an element of capacity building. So we're working with local teams in Ethiopia and the Gambia to ensure that they can answer the most relevant questions and also do things like help them procure lab equipment and consumables to answer those questions, and also develop international networks to be able to continue this research into the future. So that's just a little bit of an insight into how with one plant there's lots of different questions you can ask and from lots of different research areas, and also how you can use that research project to upskill and develop capacity with partners across the world.